What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. So I already did put out a video earlier today about the data points, what really moved it and everything else. So make sure you guys watch that video. But there was one thing that just came out after hours that I wanted to share with you. So I'm going to go over all the things that you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, in case you do not know, this came out at 4:05. Lucid Group announces effective date of reverse stock split. So I feel like when it comes down to the whole reverse stock split, similar to when someone passes away, there's, was it the 4 or 5 stages of grief and whatever else. But when it comes down to reverse stock splits, like investors have gone through various stages, one of which has been denial. Even I've seen a lot of comments saying, hey, no, Lucid's just doing this for whatever reason. They're actually not going to do the reverse stock split. This is proof. And not only that, but what I'm going to bring up in a second kind of shows that they are in a very big rush. So ultimately, this is going to be effective August the 29th. And so it's going to be kicking in September the 2nd. And so just for face value, in case you don't know, take your actual average times by 10 and then your number of shares divided by 10. So your book overall is going to be the same, but a lot of the actual factors are going to change. They do go over a brief explanation of the authorized and as well outstanding share count, how that's going to be really kind of enforced and how that's going to be changed. In reality, this right here is why a lot of people say that a reverse stock split is going to prompt a squeeze because of the new CUSIP number. In my opinion, I think that's complete just BS. If there is naked shorting, then yes, those shares would have to be returned ahead of time. But shorts, whatever shares that they do have, are going to be factoring in the exact same 1-for-10 reverse stock split. So in my opinion, a lot of people just spinning the whole reverse stock split as a squeeze play. I think that's just AMC and GameStop type of mentality. It's not actually feasible. When it comes down to it though, I've been covering Lucid for a very long time, and they, I gotta admit, are very meticulous about their forms. They put it promptly on time. Sometimes they actually even overdo it, because sometimes when a transaction does occur from a insider, they put out a 144 and a Form 4. That's not necessary, but they kind of overdo it. You guys get what I'm saying. But I've been covering quite a few different stocks while doing YouTube, and regrettably, some of them have done numerous reverse stock splits. So I'm very much well aware of exactly the steps that need to be done before the reverse stock split does kick in. And so ultimately, like I said, Lucid is very meticulous, but they must be in a very big rush because they missed one step. So ultimately, this is all the SEC filings. Last one was on August the 8th, and that was a definitive 14A. Normally, within, I think it's 2 or 3 business days from the shareholder meeting, companies have to put out the results of those shareholder meeting, whether it was passed and the number of actual shares, like that was in favor and not, blah, blah, blah. So there was no 8K submitted. We do not know the actual true count of the shareholder meeting. So they are doing and announced the reverse stock split before even that 8K did come out. I know that might not seem like a big deal to some individuals, but technically that is a very big no-no from the NASDAQ. So essentially, this goes to show that this whole reverse stock split, they are doing it rushed. So this is a very big priority to them. So in my opinion, I feel like there's more to it. And I know a lot of Lucid investors, when it comes down to even partnerships and whatever else, a lot of people like to speculate and assume that there's more to it than what it is. But when it comes down to Mark and clearly the board's mentality about this reverse stock split, I think it's BS. So in case you don't know, the reason why Lucid is doing a reverse stock split is because right now, with it trading at $2.09, it is considered a penny stock. Anything below $5 is actually considered a penny stock. And because of that penny stock status, some institutions cannot invest in Lucid. More specifically, I think it's pension funds and as well institutions using margin. Can't be done. So in reality, Mark and Lucid's mentality is the fact that once they do this reverse stock split, they're going to have a huge, immense rush of institutions to get in. And Mark mentioned it in a very negative way on how he wants to pretty much get retail investors out. I know some people were kind of defending Mark's words and say kind of meaning that it was an accident, but they actually did double down that same mentality during the Q2 earnings. So it was not an accident. They do not like retail. They want kind of non-emotional people to invest in Lucid. But one thing that clearly Mark and the board does not realize is that institutions do not invest in a stock based on the price. They invest based on performance. So I see all of this as just putting a band-aid on a 10-foot wound. It will not do anything. Institutions will not buy Lucid because of them doing a reverse stock split. So that's just my opinion. So like I said, I feel like there is more to it than what they've disclosed. And not only that, the fact that Lucid did omit and did not put forward that 8K that shows the actual share count of everything from the shareholder meeting, it's definitely shows that this is like number one priority. It's on their wall. This is something that they are like, hey, this is our next thing that we really need to focus on. And kind of funny though, I know they mentioned it in the Q2 earnings when the CFO said, if, wink, 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 if we actually get the votes, then we're going to do it at the beginning of September. I didn't actually think that it would be like that early in September, like September the 2nd. That is absolutely craziness. So yeah, we'll just have to, I guess, wait and see whether this is legitimately, there's more to it, or this is actually just them trying to get institutions to invest in Lucid, which in my opinion won't really happen. So let me know your viewpoint on this. I just wanted to kind of pop on, give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Again, I'm not here to hype you up. I'm not here to bring you down. I am always, in my opinion, fairly realistic on everything that I do state. Just some people don't like it. Some people don't like to hear the truth. So in my opinion, reverse stock split is not good. Just very negative circumstances. And yes, for face value, a lot of the key metrics do not change. So just the actual share count and the price does change, but it's the mentality behind the scenes. And there's, I think, a big coincidence, the fact that shorts have been really tripling down. Just this last roughly 3-4 days, they've increased almost 16 million shares. I think they were anticipating clearly this to come out. So we'll just have to wait and see how it all does play out, like I said. But in my opinion, I think just Lucid management is either omitting something or they're just very, very misguided. Let me know your viewpoint. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.